I used to live in a bubble, and that bubble / prison was my mind. And I can still go there. And today I try my best to not go there. I try not to. I am human, so I'm flawed. But I never know what another person's going through. You know? I don't know your story unless you tell it to me.
Yeah.
I need to check myself when I catch myself about to gossip or judging someone because of their looks. You know, everyone's got their story, man. Everyone's got their struggle. You know, what I like hearing about is how the hell did you get out of your struggle? Or better yet, what are you doing today to enjoy your life? I mean, life's short, man. You know, it's my mentor told me life is like a scoop of ice cream on a plate. You better eat that shit before it melts.
That's fucking great, man. Man, so funny you brought up the traffic thing because I was coming here and I missed your driveway and I was like, oh shit.
Man,
and then some dude cut me off, or like, you know, actually I cut him off, but I don't talk shit on the road, man.
Yeah.
And that means I'm in a good place today. But like, there's some days I do talk shit on the road. But this guy got pissed. He got so pissed because I was like, oh fuck, I gotta do a U-turn. So I cut over, and I knew I was cutting him off, but I was gonna, you know, turn left into whatever. And he got so mad that he drove around me and cut me off again. Like how I cut him off. And I was like, wow. And that just blew up my mind for a second.
Yeah.
And I just thought for a moment, I was like, wow, man, everybody's so into right and wrong, which is also what you talked about. Yeah. This is another thing, everybody encases it with the truth or this is the facts. Yeah. And those are all great things.
Nobody even checks the facts anymore. But I hear what you're saying.
But the thing is we get to somewhere where we go like, you know what, I'm right. And who's to say that you're wrong? But because of that, like that somehow justifies that we hate each other. And that is not it, because you're different than me. I'm different from you. And that's what gives us our value. That's what gives it art. Yep. I'm never going to see what the fuck you see in that painting behind you. Yeah. Never. I mean, at most, I think any person who gets it is going to get, you know, a tenth of what you saw and felt and all that sort of stuff. And it's almost...
Well, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Is, you know, I can see something and then you see something different.
Yeah.
know? I love that about art.
Yeah, but man, like people are not seeing that, I think, with everything right now, and it's a bummer, man.
Well, there's an old saying: do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?
Right.
And sometimes I want to be right, damn it, and I'm gonna make my point known, and then it's like, okay, so what?
Yeah.
Nah, I think I want peace, man. I think I want some serenity. You know, it's interesting because, you know, with what we're talking about, it's like I have to be really careful because my mind can go to that prison again. And that prison in my mind it's a dog-eat-dog world. Every person's out for themselves and nobody gives a crap. Everybody's just out to take from their brothers and sisters. Because that's the kind of world I grew up in. I saw that on the streets. I saw that in my household. And I see a lot of that on the news and out here in the world. But to generalize an entire population is ignorant. Because everybody's different. What I do see when I travel the world and here in the States is everybody wants to feed themselves and their family, and wants a roof over their head, and wants a means of living. You know, that's like a universal human condition. And when you start impeding on that or trying to take away, there's going to be resistance. It's survival, you know? But to be like, I hate my neighbor because they voted for Trump or they voted for Hillary, you know, is just, it saddens me to see the state of where we're at. That's why I think history is so important. And I'm not a history major, but I do know some things about World War II. And it's interesting to see where we are right now, because you think with all this technology, we would be moving forward and progressing. But in a lot of ways, I feel like we've kind of gone backwards, where everybody is connected, but how connected are we? Are we, you know, yes, we're using technology right now. I'm on social media. I'm part of it too. But am I still connecting with my brothers and sisters on a social level, face-to-face level? You know? Because sometimes I do feel without a community, especially in the arts today. I do see a lot of that competition and that I'm going to step over my brother and sister to get that art job, even though we came up together. What are we chasing? What are we really chasing? A paycheck? A title? You know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just an art job. At the end of the day, it's just a paycheck. I don't know. They said whatever drives me is what's running me, you know. And I've had my times where I've been addicted to making money. I've had my times where I've been, you know, I'm going to succeed. And there's nothing wrong with that drive, but I think anything taken to an extreme has its consequences. You know what I mean? So I try to live simply today. You know, some days are better than others. But like I said, I mean, what am I going to do today? How am I going to treat myself and others? You know, I feel like people that walk around with a lot of hate, and I've been there, there's something wrong with them. There's something fundamentally disturbed within.
Everybody that walks around with a lot of hate, though, doesn't think they're walking around with hate.
Of course not.
Yeah.
They think they're right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're either going to get along or we're not. I mean, I don't know what the answer is. I just think that hating and violence and all that, I mean, we've already been through all that.
Right.
We've been through that.
Yeah.
Where did it get us? Now that they're talking about moving to Mars, you know, probably just bring it to Mars. But all I'm saying is like, that's where art for me comes into play, because my art is my escape. And I've had times where I've had to like chill out on my art because I took my art to the extreme.
Totally, yeah.
You know, I'm not in a race today. I feel like I want to impress myself. But I also, art for me has really been one of the biggest healing factors in my life. You know, besides, you know, recovery, art for me that's my escape, man. That's where I get to kind of tune out, get connected. I mean, I meditate too, you know, there's other ways to get connected.
Yeah, it's not the only way.
It's not the only way.
Yeah,
but I think that's why I'm back to your original question. I think that's why I still do it, man. That's why I'm so passionate about it. And I do other types of art besides graffiti. You know, graffiti is just one style of art. That's my foundation. But, you know, I have to paint, man. Like, if I don't paint, man, it's not good. I become that angry, bitter dude walking around.
Oh, totally, man. Me too. And it made me think when you were talking about it, because you're like, I want to hear the story of how you got past your shit. And you're talking about, like, because we don't know it all the time when we're having a bad day. Nobody knows it, right? So what is your good day? Because you know once you're out of it, or sometimes, but like, what's your good day, man? What makes that good day for you?
Well, I think one good barometer would be driving in Austin traffic at 5:30 on a Friday and how I react. That's a good way. I think it's a general feeling of peace within. You know, how am I treating myself and others? You know, am I really concerned when I say, hi, how are you? Am I really listening to you? Do I really even care?
Yeah.
You know, it's really my actions, you know. We can all learn a lot from each other's actions. Talk's cheap. And you know, learning to be kind to myself and others. You know, all these spiritual teachings that we've learned growing up, whether you're in a religion or not, universal spiritual teachings. I mean, I think that there's a reason why they're there. You know, there's a reason why for centuries, you know, treat yourself like you would want to treat others, you know, or treat others like you'd want to treat yourself. It goes both ways. There's so many different types, you know, but it's a practice. It's like anything else, you know. If I want to get in shape, I got to work out, you know. I can't just imagine being in shape. You know, thoughts, actions, results, man. You know, and for me, I used to live life thinking thoughts, results, You know, I wanted the paycheck without doing the work, and that's not the way it works. You know, it's been like that in my own recovery, and it's been that way in my career.